Guitar buddies, that was a Red Hot Chili Peppers classic, Give It Away, a really fun song to play. So we start with this. So I'm playing an open A, an A on 7 on the D string. And then I'm going up to 11 on the G string and 13 on the B string, F sharp and C, and bending that F sharp. So, and then I'm playing E flat on 11 on the E string and keep bending that F sharp note on 11 on the G string. Okay, so you put all that together. Then repeat the first one, and this last time I play, it's sort of discordant, but it works on the track. I'm playing a C sharp and a G on 14 and 15 on the B and E strings, and just bending that up, okay? And that takes us into the song. So I play. So it's a great riff there. So what I'm playing is an open A and an A. Doesn't matter if you don't get the open A, mainly getting that one that's important, because I'm kind of muting the open A with my palm. So open and 7, then 7, 6, 5 on the G string, and G on 5 on the D string. Then I'm playing A again on 7 and open. So A, D, E flat, E, 7, 8, 9 on the G string again. So it goes down on the G string, then up on the G string, with that A in between and also that G. So then we play the first one again, and then this one's different. So what I'm playing there is the A start again, and D, and C with a slight bend. So 7, 5 with a little bend, landing on G on 5 on the D string. So all together, I'll play it a little slower. A great rhythm part. And then for the chorus, what I'm just playing is, I'm just playing. So all I'm doing is playing open and 5 on the A and D strings, and then just going straight to the A on 7, so G to A. And it's give it away now, give it away, give it away, give it away now, give it away, give it away, give it away now. And I'm just picking up and down on those two strings. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So just kind of, it's kind of like tremolo picking, really. And it's kind of nice and rough and scratchy, and it sounds great. And then over the guitar solo, I was just playing an E, but I was just playing open E, E on 7 and E on 9, so no other notes. So I was just playing. So open 7 on the A string, 9 on the G string, with that D string muted by my first finger. And then I just added a little, at the end of the guitar solo, I kind of switched the last notes of the guitar solo to the rhythm guitar and played, just kind of tremolo picking down the strings. Back into our main riff. Okay, so it's great riffs there. And there's a couple of variations towards the end. At the end, we've got some bits where it also plays. So I'm playing there, it's the same as we played on the intro. Open A and that bend. And then going back to the open A and 7, and then playing 17 up to 20 on the top 3 strings. Oops. So I'm playing. So. Okay, and then also at the end. And a nice little kind of rocky ending. I'm just playing open and 7 again. And then just playing on the D, G and B strings, 7, then 6, then 5. End on an A there. Okay, so great fun kind of rhythm guitar to play there. So next let's take a look at the solo, which is played backwards. For the solo, I used some studio trickery. I took the track, I reversed it using Apple Logic, lots of software will let you do that, and then played along and reversed my part to get that backwards solo. Okay, so the notes I was playing forwards before I reversed the track was based around the E blues scale with an added C sharp. So I started on 17 and then went to 15. This is on the B string, E, D, then 14, C sharp, 15. I played a B on 12, back to 14, kind of going down and up in a kind of pattern. Into 14 on the G string, so that's A. Then I played A, B flat, A, G a couple of times. So that's 14, 15, 14, 12. Then E, D, E on the D string, 14, 12, 14. F sharp, so we've got an F sharp note as well. G, F sharp, E, D, E. So don't play it the same every time, it's just using those notes, kind of going from top down and reversing it, you'll get something that sounds pretty close to the record. Now of course, if you're playing this live, you don't have that option. So I've added some delay to this, and what I can do is use my volume knob, and as I hit a note, what I can do is, I can just turn it up. And then just, I ended the song on the other guitar. You did this just by picking down the strings, just kind of randomly going, just picking and strumming down. Okay, so to get that song, I was basically hammering and using the volume knob just to turn up, and so not using the pick, just using my right hand just to get that hammer. Okay, so that's one way you can get closer to the sound of the record. Of course, you could just improvise a solo around the E blues scale, and that'd sound great too. It'd fit over the chords. So whatever you want, whatever takes your fancy in the kind of live situation is always cool. And there's a little second solo as well, which uses the same technique, so it kind of uses the same scale, but it's kind of more like hammers and pull-offs. And so again, use kind of the same notes, and you can improvise around that. So nice to do a little bit of backwards guitar and try and replicate it in a kind of real situation. So let's take a look at that fantastic bass part. It's such a classic bass line in this song. Flea just plays it brilliantly, far better than I ever could. But I started on 5 on the intro, just a couple of A notes, just to fill out the sound, and then the bass really kicks in with this slide. So I'm just playing A on 5 and just sliding it up and down the neck a couple of times. And then we're into this killer bass lick. So I'm using my thumb to hammer the A string, and also use my thumb to slide to 14 on the D string, that's an E note, and then my finger to pull a G on 12, sorry, on the G string, so going 14, 12. So I've got and then C, A, C, and then back into the riff. So I'll play it slowly. And the second time, I'm just playing it with slightly different timing. So instead of a little pause, I'll play just A, C, A. So and that's the main riff that plays throughout most of the song. And on the chorus, I'm just playing A, give it away, give it away, give it away, and G to A, G, A, give it away, give it away, give it away, G, A, give it away, give it away, give it away, G, A, da, 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 da. Then over the solo, I switch to an E, and then slide, so open E, slide up to E on 12, then I'm playing a G on 10 on the A string, and then G on 3, open G. So that's just what I played over the solo, and then at the end of the solo, there's a little rundown. It's quite low in the mix, hard to hear, but I'm thinking it's something like this. Back into our main riff, so I'm playing D, D, then open E, C sharp, open E, always playing open E in between, so going 10, open 9, open 7, open 5, open 3, open 1, open, back into our, back into our riff, so just that little rundown at the end of the guitar solo. But that kind of classic great song and enjoy giving away. Cheers, buddies.